Hey, Coach. Tonight, game one, you get the win. A lot of things right. There was defensive intensity, ball movement, balance, scoring. Just what stands out to you as the most important thing to getting the win against the Rockets tonight?
I thought our defense did a good job for the most part, holding them to 42% from the field. But we did give up 2 30-point quarters. That's something that we don't want to do. I thought we got stops. Or we forced them to miss. We didn't finish the play, rebounding the basketball, giving up 15 offensive boards is way too many, so we cleaned that up. It's a really a solid game by our guys, and it's a good game to build off of. We talked about establishing our defense, and I thought we got the stops when we needed to.
With a guy like DeJounte, I mean, he had 5 steals and a block. Is that the defensive intensity you're looking for? How does he kind of spark that for the rest of the team?
Yeah, he's one of the guys that we look for or look from to establish our defense. And normally he's out front guarding the basketball, pressuring the basketball. But when we have guys like DeAndre, I thought Aaron came in and gave us some good pressure, some good defense in that second quarter. To disrupt and force those guys to think about him, which DeAndre was able to get into the passing lanes. We have a number of guys that can get out there and do that. With Dre, and I thought John was pretty good being active. Justin came in and gave us. Jalen did a nice job. That second unit coming in and giving us some solid minutes in that second quarter. But it starts with our first unit, establishing that defense. We just got to do a better job of finishing those defensive possessions with rebound.
I know it's only the first game, but as far as shooting from three-point range, I mean, slow start. How do you guys, I guess, adjust moving forward?
I mean, we're going to take what's there. We'll take 2 if that is open. We had 30 assists. And that's good ball movement. And we only had 9 turnovers. So we're not a team that's just going to be hunting the 3. We'll take 2 if that is available. If the defense is collapsing and giving us that 2-point ball, we'll take that. So we're not that so-called analytical team that won't take a 2, search for 53s. If that is open, in our offensive sets, we certainly would like for our guys to take them. We think we have guys that's capable of taking them, but we want to attack the basket first. And I thought our guys really did a really solid job of moving the ball, 30 assists, and taking care of the ball, only 9 turnovers.
Coach, you guys, Houston was a stubborn team. They seemed to stick around. What did you see from your team in the fourth that allowed you guys to pull away?
There are no easy games. I think people go through the schedule and say that's a win. You can't do that. Houston was a serious challenge. We knew they would be a tough challenge because of their ability to put 4 guards out there, and they can attack. All of those guys can create their own offense, and if you are collapsing too much, they can burn you with the 3. So it was a challenge. For our guys to keep the ball in front. We knew this would be a tough game. All the games are going to be tough. And I thought our guys kept their composure. When Houston made their runs, they made some 3s, just stuck with it, continued to grind to try to keep them in front. We got a couple breaks to separate a couple times during the game, and was able to finish the last 5 minutes by getting stops and making buckets.
Coach, 4 of your 5 starters were scored 20 points or more this season. Can you talk to me about what you saw offensively from the guys?
Well, I thought Trey really did a nice job of managing the game the second half. We found a couple sets that was working for us, and he went to it. He did a good job of targeting some of the matchups that we had out there, and I thought we had really good execution. And again, with the ball movement, when you share the ball like that, everybody is going to have an opportunity, and you're going to really be in a better flow, a better rhythm. So we encourage our guys to our goal is 25 assists plus each night. We want to have 25 or more assists every night. And when you get good ball movement like that, normally you're playing in a really good rhythm and guys are, getting shots that they work on in practice.
Coach John is often a guy who kind of takes a backseat offensively and lets the other guys put up. What do you see that you were able to exploit out of the Rockets tonight to give him 24 points?
Well, I thought we did a good job of making our reads offensively. They were switching. There were times when John had Smalls guarding him in the post, and he had guys on his back. And those are the reads we're going to have to make during the season. A lot of teams play small ball. They like to switch 1 through 5, and you're going to have a matchup either on the perimeter or in the post. Tonight, it was in the post. We dropped it to John, and he was able to be productive down there. So those are reads that we have to make, and it has to be quick, and we have to be efficient with taking advantage of matchups that we feel we want to go to in situations like that.
Coach, when Yaka came in, he was active as well, kept intensely going after John. Did you see growth in him tonight?
Yeah, that was the challenge to all of our guys. We needed to see growth from everybody, and basically the message was, our fans, this is the first time that they're going to see us. And I think each season, you need to come back doing more or giving more to the game, show the improvement, what you've worked on, what you've committed to being better at. Show that tonight and for this season. And so it was a challenge to all of our guys tonight. And Onyeka took that challenge. I thought he gave us some really good minutes in that first and second half of defending, rebounding basketball, and initiating some offense for us.
Coach, you talked about how we'll take the 2 as far. Is that more so like an assessment of like your roster and the way it's currently constructed, or do you think it's going to be like a game by game basis?
I think it's a game by game basis. It's how the defense is guarding you. They were pressuring us and they were sending us to their bigs. So we was able to turn the corner and get downhill. Now you need to make a play as opposed to just, again, analytics wants you to take a ton of threes. We're not going to force that. If we can get into the paint and force that defense to collapse, we'll take the 3. But if the defense is not collapsing, then put the ball in the basket. We'll take the 2 or get to the free throw line. I thought we settled a little bit too much in that first half, mainly that first quarter. We were settling and taking contested jump shots, and we didn't have a lot of ball movement, but we started to improve on that.
And what is your assessment of Trae Young? Because it seems like he's really active defensively from a hand standpoint.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge to Trae and all of our guys to be better defensively. Defense is the key for us to improve, and we'll take this game, use it to get better. But all those guys, they're not in shape. We're still working to get our legs. I know they had heavy legs, and that will come. We need to just continue to put that energy, that effort out on the floor, and their legs and conditioning, all of that will come.
Coach, kind of piggybacking off the defense, you guys reported 12 steals tonight. John Tate looked very good on defense, on-ball defense. What were your thoughts on him, his defense, and I guess the overall team defense, particularly when it came to steals?
Well, just let him go. We're giving him the freedom to, anticipate some of those passes and go for some of those steals. We're encouraging him to be aggressive off the ball, to create some turnovers, and he does a great job of anticipating. I think he's an old school defender, long arms. He had a pick on the ball. I think 1 or 2 of his steals came on the ball, just picking the player, anticipating, playing free safety off the ball and reading the defense. He does a great job of that, and we're encouraging him to continue to do that.
Thanks, Coach.
We're gonna have DeJounte and John Collins in the press conference room and the locker room.
First of all, defensively, 5 steals, brought the intensity. Do you feel like you'll be the spark for the team, or you kind of be the example for the team?
What we're trying to build here and do here, there's no me. Sorry about that. It's us, it's a whole unit, from the first guy to the last guy on the bench. So, I'm gonna do my job, my mentality to, try to defend, at a high level every single night. My teammates gonna follow. And that's that.
And then how did you think you all did as a team as far as especially starting unit?
It's the first game. It's 82 games in the NBA, long season. You go through camp, preseason, and it takes a while to adjust, obviously, with a lot of you guys being together and adding dudes like me, Justin in there, we go on. So it's going to take a while, At the end of the day, whether you play good, play bad, you can get a win. I think that's important.
DeJounte, it's your first game live bullets, no preseason. From the fans, the reactions, everything tonight, what is just your opening thoughts from just tonight as a whole for New City, new team, new everything? What are your thoughts about tonight?
First of all, the fans, showed out. I love the atmosphere, I love the team that cheered for the team, loud and proud. Just for me, I could be a lot better. I hold myself to really, really high standards. So, I think I did all right tonight, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's not about me, it's about the whole team, and we got to win, so I can go sleep at night.
DeJounte, both you and Trey had over 10 assists tonight. So we saw that you guys were able to score the ball as well as dish the ball out. And we also saw you play with a lot of emotion this evening, getting the crowd going. Talk to me about what you saw offensively and how you and Trey were able to gel and get the ball off to your teammates.
Well, I think offensively, you got to credit John Collins for how efficient he was. Dre, he was real efficient tonight. Me and Trey wasn't too efficient, but we want to be. We got to be better. Obviously, we make or miss shots, but I think we missed a lot of shots that we usually make. As far as getting dudes involved, I think we did a great job. My goal is for me and Trey for the whole year is to get dudes better, make your teammates better, share the ball, and that'll allow us, to have confidence in our teammates and ourselves going down the line.
DeJounte, Coach talked about out here kind of setting a tone the first game, this first time the fans get to see you and Trey play when you play together. For you guys, you said you could play better, but 43 points combined, 24 assists, 1 turnovers between you guys. Is that kind of what you kind of wanted to show on film for the first games you guys played together for the first time?
First, when I say better, I feel like the game was too close. No discredit over there to Houston, young, talented team. But, just how we've been and I think the maturity level as far as dudes experience in the league should have been better. But we will be better. And as far as, like I said, me and Trey, it's about the Atlanta Hawks, not me and Trey, but, it's going to start. We're going to set the tone, and we'll go from there.
So you had 5 steals. I know you're talking about the team more than you, but where do you think you guys can improve defensively and just generally how do you feel about your steals too?
I think we've improved tremendously. From 1 through 5, we got to talk more. 5 steals are nice, but there's a lot of stuff where getting backdoored or coming off a curl and that distance, getting shots off. I know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I try to be perfect as much as I can. So, like I said, there's a lot of room to grow.
DeJounte, you could sort of tell that you guys, you're playing together, but you don't all know each other's moves yet and anticipate, what each other's going to do because you're new. How long does it take for that sort of chemistry to really develop where you can really know what the other guy's going to do?
Experience, playing with each other, practicing with each other, watching film together. And we're smart players. So I feel like I said, it's the first game out of the 82. You got a long season. You want to continue to grow, get better, and do it together. And I believe we will.
Houston a lot tonight. It seemed like they were trying to put you guys on posters. How are you kind of handling that, especially a lot of misses from them as they were attempting those?
I don't care about highlights. We won again.
Any last questions?
Yeah, coach talked about how you kind of do the free right, kind of play in the line, and be aggressive on defense. Can you talk about like how you got to that level, or and how that's going to help get this team better defensively?
I think just as an individual growing up, playing with my uncles, older brothers and stuff. I was young, they was older, so if you want the ball, you gotta have passion and getting the ball. You gotta go get it. So, for me, just being a go-getter and taking pride, in stopping the man in front of me, or the team will continue to grow, continue to get better, and I'll lead by example.
John, tonight you were aggressive tonight. You start off aggressive, set the tone for the team. Is that your mentality for the whole season, or is it game by game?
I mean, I feel like, it varies game to game, but, I want to have that, or I say like, a level that I don't go under of progression. And I'm just trying to figure out the balance of it right now, but I'd rather be a little bit more aggressive and have coach tell me to pull it back a little bit, and they've had to tell me to, get going. I feel like that's a little bit easier to process. So just trying to, trust the work that I put in and attack.
John, I got a two-part question for you. Houston is a young, scrappy team. First of all, what did you guys do in the fourth that allowed you guys to pull away? And secondly, how good was it to see your brother Bruno playing pretty well for Houston?
Yeah, I saw it with Bruno, man. I had a little talk with Bruno, man. He wasn't jumping like that, but he was here, man. So, I had to get on him a little bit, but that's my brother. So I'm happy for him, wishing him the most success he can have in Houston. But in the fourth quarter, it was grit. DJ was, turning us up defensively out there on the perimeter. And I feel like that just, turned everybody else up on the defensive end, offensively. I feel like we, do whatever when we're calm and spaced correctly. We're just executing. But it was a defensive man, got us some easy buckets, transition points. Guys came together, played hard, and we turned the juice up in that fourth quarter. So it's credited to that. Can't rely on that, but that was what happened tonight.
Hey, John, 24 points, and a lot of those came off of passes from DeJounte. And you mentioned before how he gets you kind of hyped, energized, and all that. How's your relationship with him?
Yeah, it's still growing, but it's doing well right now. I feel like we got a great chemistry on and off the court. I feel like our game fit well as well. He has a great feel for the game. He's a natural leader. There's that dog in there. When I see him out there playing hard and being a defensive monster, making plays, motivates me as well. So, like I said, man, I'm just happy to have him on the squad. Our relationship going well. It's going to continue to get better, but again, I'm just happy to have him here. He brings a lot to the squad. So, happy we could bring it in on a win at home. So it's a good way to start it off.
John, you're often a guy who, take a backseat to other guys as they have, nice scoring nights. For it to be you, what were you guys kind of seeing from Houston to get you those opportunities?
I really felt like tonight, just had a hot hand, and coach was trying to get me going a little more. Just feel like riding my wave out, or whatever you say. But there's no necessarily like pinpoint, right? It's just a flow. So one night it might have been DJ. Trey was going a couple of times. DJ got going. So feel like it was just in the flow of the game. My teammates found me. They knew I was going a little bit. They wanted to feed me. Coach wanted to get me involved. So, hopefully that can happen every night. But as I said, it varies from night to night. But we're going to take advantage of it when we can.
It seems like Houston, more than a handful of times, was attempting some posterized type dunks. Were you surprised at all by that? And how do you?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. They got a bunch of great athletes over there. So, we were ready for them to attack the rim. They're, like I said, youthful. They get downhill. They got good guards, handle, and that's athleticism, as well as a couple of their big guys. So we were prepared for that. We feel like we have some athleticism and, strength and experience on our side. So just try to combat it as much as we could tonight. Come out here with a win.
All right, John, can you speak to the fact of having basically two superb ball handlers out on the board with you now? It seemed like it was a lot easier for the front court guys to get going with both Trey and EJ on the floor.
Yeah, damn right. You know, two all-stars, two guys that, you know, averaging double-double. DJ just average triple-double, right? So, I mean, you know, put either of them on the ball, off the ball, and have them in opposite when the one's on the bench taking the rest or whatever. So just having two high-level playmakers is elite for any ball club. I feel like we got the guys around it to sort of to make it all mesh well. So we're going to continue. We're going to use them as they play, high-level playmakers, and trying to just do what we can to make everything work.
Your team not a great shooting night from three, but of course the defense on the other side a little more intensity. Maybe look a little bit different for us outside this season for y'all. Does it feel different on the floor when you guys are playing this way with a higher defensive efficiency versus maybe not shooting more from three, still be able to get one?
Yeah, it definitely feels different. I say first, having guys like Aaron, DJ, up in the front court getting steals, and then no take foul was also a little bit nice to have, right? Because we can get those steals and turn those into offense too. So definitely felt different out there. And as I said, in the back line of defense, speaking and sort of just being that leader on that defensive end, it's nice for guys to get through screens. Talk as well. Dre has some help out there on the perimeter. We can turn that into easy buckets on the other end. So I'm loving it.
John, on the QC side of things tonight, right here, Jabari Smith, his NBA debut, Atlanta kid. What did you really see out there from him tonight?
No, he's talented. Watched him a little bit at Auburn. I feel like he has some of my game in there. Very crafty, shoot the three ball. I think he's 19 or 20, so he has a lot of time to go in this league. Obviously wishing him the best, except for when he sees us. But definitely very skilled dude, and has a future in this league. He continues to work and just put the time in. He'll definitely be around for a while.
Any final questions for JC? Thank you, JC.
Appreciate y'all.
Everybody Friday? I know what.